In this tutorial, we are going to be going over setting up your Google Places listings. Google Places can be a very powerful tool for generating leads because Google has recently shown that they favor heavily local consumers and local searches. So if they feel what your consumer is looking for on a local basis, they will most likely show local results. And based on that, you will want to create a Google Places, which used to be known as Google Maps. And what that does is it gives you a listing, a business listing, right here towards the top of the Google search results, and also will put your business on the map if Google feels that it is relevant enough to what the searcher is searching for. So there's a lot of benefits to having a Google Places. Of course, one of the benefits is the possibility of showing up on the front page of Google, but also it provides one more lead magnet out there to be findable in multiple places. So let's go ahead and get started on setting up your Google Places listing. First thing you want to do is claim your Places listing. You can go right here to google.com and then local, add business center, and click list your business. What you'll need to do is have a Google account. Now, if you already have a Gmail account, you can use that, or you may want to set up a Gmail account specifically for creating your listings and opening up these lead magnets. So if you don't have a Gmail account or a Google account, go ahead and create one. It's very, very quick and easy. Then what we want to do is put in your phone number, and what Google will do is see if it already has a listing there based on your phone number. If it does, you can claim the listing that it has, and if not, you can create a new listing. So here's where we begin to create the listing. One thing that you want to do is make sure that you follow Google's terms of services. They are really cracking down on people that are putting false or misleading information in order to try to gain front page results. So be very careful on how you set that up, and be very careful on people that offer to set that up for a fee if they are trying to do things that might be gaming the system or doing things that are against Google's terms of service. There also are some very valid and reputable folks out there that will optimize Google Places for you, but just talk to them and ask them if they follow Google's terms of service when creating their Places accounts. So the first thing we do, obviously the country that you're operating in, United States, then the company and organization name. We want to be very clear and follow Google's terms of service. Right here is the information on what Google expects when you're putting in your business name, that you want to represent your business exactly as it appears in the offline world. So as a short sale real estate agent, you can put your name, you can put your brokerage following your name, or you can just make sure that if the number that you have is listed other places, you want to keep it consistent with what you put here in Google Places, and you'll want to do that as we create more listings. So the main thing is you don't want to add stuff with keywords. You don't want to put your city short sale expert or something like that. Google may feel that you're being misleading and trying to stuff it with keywords. So be as accurate as possible and represent your business the same as it would be represented anywhere else. Then your address. You want to make sure that your address is consistent with the other listings we put out, because what happens is Google will go and they'll see similar addresses on other places, and it will strengthen your credibility that you're a real business, that your business is cited in other directories and other listings. So you want as much consistent information out there as possible. Then go ahead and finish out your address there. Then your phone number. The best option is a phone number that's listed in the local phone directory under the same business name that you put here in Google. But if not, you're certainly can use a cell phone or any number that you use as your business number. Just make sure that whatever number you place in here is the same number that you're placing in your other listings. And then your email address. If you have an email that has the same domain name that matches your website, if you have a website, that's perfect. If not, whatever email address that you use for your day-to-day business will be fine. And then a website. If you have a website, you want to make sure that the company name and phone number and address is the same or as close to the same as the business name, company name and address and phone number as what's listed in your Google Places, because like I said, that strengthens the validation that this is a real business and it matches up throughout the internet. So whatever that website is, if you can edit it, just make sure that you have the same address and phone number that you use here on your Google Maps or Google Places listing. And you can also put that you don't have a website, and with that you can kind of use your Google Places almost as your website with your information on there. But I recommend that if you're doing Google Places to have a website. Most people have a website either through their brokerage, or you get a quick landing page, or you can even watch the Weebly tutorial if you want and set up your website through Weebly. Also, in the description, you want to make sure your description is human readable. You don't want to stuff a lot of keywords that don't make sense, but you want to get your keywords in there. So the main thing to remember in the description is you want to talk about what you do, not who you are. Meaning, what do you do? What can you offer people? This is what people are searching for. They want to sell their house fast. They're looking for a short sale specialist, or looking for foreclosure help. So those are the terms that you want to make sure that you get into your into your description, is what you do, not who you are. You don't want to say, I'm a real estate agent with X amount of years of experience or anything like that. You want to make sure that you get your those descriptive phrases that people are searching for in there. Next thing you want to do is get to the category portion. Now, the very first category, you must choose from one of Google's pre-populated category selections. So it will give you all these different options, and you can pick one that's closest to the listing that you're putting in. So in this case, you'll be putting in, maybe a real estate agency. And after that, you can select more categories. You want to go ahead and fill in all the categories. You get up to 4 additional categories, and if Google doesn't have a category that fits what you do in there, you can put a custom category. And make sure that you follow Google's terms of service, that categories should say what your business is, not what your business does. For example, your category would want to be real estate agent rather than list and sell homes. So they have real estate agency as one of their pre-populated categories, so you may want to put real estate agent. Or you may want to put in there, you could go as far as maybe putting short sale realtor or investment property real estate agent, something like that. But you don't want to actually put what it does. You just want to put the category that you're in. So real estate agent may be the main category, and then you may want a subcategory if you are a rental property specialist or anything like that. You can put those in the subcategories, but make sure it's a category of what your business is. And make sure you put the most important category names on top, the things that you think most people would be looking for in order of importance. Then when you get into the service areas and locations, this is where you're going to tell Google what areas that you serve, and you can tell consumers what area you serve. Now, a lot of businesses have storefronts where the consumers will come to them. But in the case of a real estate agent, a lot of times you go to your customers and serve their locations. So you may want to choose that says, yes, this business serves customers at their location. And then you can opt if you want to show your business address on the map listing. You may not want to if you have a home office or work out of your home or work out of your car even. You may want to say, don't show my business address. And then under list of areas served, that you have a number of selections, but probably what you want to do there is be specific and actually put, if there's different suburbs or different surrounding cities, maybe you live in a cluster of cities and towns that you work in, that's where you want to put the individual cities and towns right in there, and you can add as many as you want to cover. And each time you put a city, you will see the surrounding area gets bigger, and this orange space represents the areas that you are covering. So go ahead and make sure that you get in all the areas that you service in there. That way Google will know if someone's searching in that area that your listing is relevant to that area. Then when you get to hours of operation, you want to fill this out as completely as possible. Even though you think it may not be relevant, the more complete your listing is filled out, the more relevant Google will feel that your listing is. So if you want to put operating hours, you can do that. Payment options right here. Obviously, as a real estate agent, it's commissioned, so you may not want to put a payment option in there. But the more information you give, the better your listing is. Then when it gets to photos section, photos can be very important, and you want to make sure that you put photos in there that are very relevant and that humans can look at and understand. A lot of people just put any photo in there to, make sure they fill up their photos, because you can have up to 10 images, and I recommend that you use all 10 images. But main thing you want to make sure, the first picture that you use is the one that Google will show on your listing here. So make sure you have a good picture there, but all the additional images should be compelling offers on their own. So you may want to use your graphic ads as the images that you fill up in Google, because they become their own compelling message, and they show up, as you can see. This is represented as a iPhone, and as much as people are using smartphones, Google Places can be an excellent mobile ready listing if it's created correctly. So make sure that you're very purposeful in selecting the photographs that you want to upload to your Places listing. You can add videos. If you have videos for your business, that's a great thing. If you put them on YouTube, all you have to do is just put the link to them right here. You can have up to 5 videos, but even if you don't have your own 5 videos, you may go out and look at YouTube and find something that is related. You don't necessarily want a competitor video with contact information, but if you can find an interesting video that's related to your services, perhaps there's a good video on foreclosure statistics or anything like that, you can certainly add that to your Places listing. You should add as many as you can. And like I say, they can be related to your product and service. They don't necessarily have to be your video. And then the additional details section. This is where you can really get your keyword options. You want to add more keywords, and this is also where you want to get plural versions of your words. So like if you have cash investor, you can have cash investors, short sale help, short sales help, add ing, and even put in common misspellings, and put in longer tail phrases. Longer tail phrases mean the more words, the better when people type out. If people are searching for city foreclosure and short sale specialist, you can put that in there, and that way you have a really good chance of coming up when somebody does type that. So also, if you put a URL right over in this side, so in this side, if you put your key phrase, if you put the URL to your website there, what will happen in your Google Places listing is this term will link. It will actually become a live link, and when people click on it, it will take them to your website. So make sure in the additional details, we really want to make sure we get those keyword options in there, and use that very, very strategically to get the key phrases that local consumers and motivated sellers will be typing into Google when they are searching for your services. And then what's going to happen is it will want to validate your listing. So you'll get two choices to validate by phone or by postcard. I highly recommend you do it by phone because that will get your listing going live as soon as possible. You don't have to wait weeks. So what will happen here is if you choose by phone, it's going to call the phone number that you put in your listing, and it's an automated computer call. And what will happen is it will just simply give a code that you will type in to your Google Places in order to activate your listing. And that way your listing will become active immediately. Then what you want to do is look at some of the additional options within Google Places. You can add a coupon. Even though you may not have a coupon like you would think of as for a pizza place, you can add a coupon, and it can be for a free consultation. But the more information and the more things that you have in your places, the more relevant it can become. So you may want to add a coupon for a free consultation. And also, when you create these coupons, make sure the headline right up here has your key phrases. You can say free short sale consultation, foreclosure help consultation. And what will happen is your coupon becomes very, very mobile friendly. So it can show up on mobile devices with your offer of a free consultation. So you want to make sure that you fill that in as well. And like I said, your Google Places becomes a very mobile-ready listing. And as more and more people are going to smartphones and iPhones and the Google phones, then you want to make sure that you are on there and readable. A lot of websites are very difficult to navigate on a phone, but if you can have your Google Places with all the great information right there and very readable, where they can just click a button and call you or look at a map or look at more information, you make it very easy for people to do business and contact you. So go ahead, get your Google Places listing set up. Try to get it to match your other listings, your merchant circle, and let them all get connected and get those leads generating.